Welcome to a SAMMIT Raw video, something that hasn't really happened in a while, and it's something that I've been talking to you guys about, that I want to do more content on this channel, and by the end of this year I actually want to get 100K on this channel. And what I want to do is use this of, making kind of behind the scenes content, as well as answering questions and things like that that don't deserve a full video on the main channel, but having more of like a, discussion kind of AMA type of thing here, and just all the other kind of like, tedious kind of stuff that's happening behind the scenes that doesn't deserve a full video. Because let's be honest, the YouTube algorithm has changed a lot in the last 12 months since COVID, and things are very, very different now. So I think this is gonna be more of like where you're gonna see the time consuming, tedious stuff, behind the scenes stuff, and kind of get to know me and May better as people and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. This channel is gonna be seeing at least one upload a week to start off, and a lot more to come. Anyways, moving on to the next thing is I want you guys to get to know us a little bit better. And one of the biggest questions that everyone always asks is, Sam, how did you get those scars? And well, it's story time. If you didn't know, I have a fair few scars on my body. Biggest one that everyone kind of notices is this one here that comes through my eye. I was actually very, very fortunate that I didn't lose my eye. You can actually see the scar comes through across my eyelid in here, and it nearly took out the whole thing. I got this when I was 3.5 years old, and it actually came in a pair of 2 scars. I actually filleted my entire leg. You can see this whole section here is missing a lot of muscle and skin, and then 2 separate scars that connect to this one big one here, all down through here. And when I was 3.5 years old, that was the entire width of my whole leg. Isn't it crazy? Like, as time goes on, you can kind of just see how your body's grown, and like, that's wild. Anyways, so all of this got shaved off, and this whole piece was just flapping off like that. My brother said that he could remember me wrapped up in a blanket, bleeding everywhere, and blue veins and all that kind of stuff. A little gory, but yeah. Anyways, 3.5 years old, climbed up a ladder onto a shed and fell off. That's pretty much what happened. And as I fell forward off the roof, corrugated iron roofing, you know how it's that wave? This is literally a perfect imprint, like it printed into my head, the corrugated iron wave here. So that's why the scar goes through here, down, just touching my eye, and then up through my eyebrow like that. It's literally the wave of the roofing, because my head went, this is the side of the roof, my head went bang here. And then as I fell down, the roof also just sliced my leg. I don't really, it was a pretty high fall, it was a pretty tall shed. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Fell off a shed roof when I was 3.5 years old, sliced up everything, and they put me back together. They were saying they were thinking about doing skin grafts down here at some point. But they didn't need to, and it seemed to heal okay. So we were very fortunate. But I was in hospital for a very long time, and that's what pretty much started me being traumatized of needles for the rest of my life. After that, kind of just kept getting worse. This one was actually a toolbox right on my kneecap. I split open my kneecap, and that was just like flapping open. No surgery or anything, just completely split open this whole thing here. And I was running through the shed. I can't remember why, but I was running through, either the phone was ringing or I had to go do something quickly. And as I ran through the shed, the toolbox was on the edge, right on the corner of a toolbox, like metal toolbox, smacked my knee and split it open. And then there's a few other scars and things like that from climbing fences and running away from dogs and being on dairy farms and sugarcane farms. And oh, this one, when I got into my longboarding phase, I split my chin open so bad. You guys have asked about this one too in Insta stories. I was in a race in the Gold Coast, and I was first by like so many lengths. Like, it was insane how much faster I was than everyone else. And the last corner, funny that, the last corner in FD I kind of messed up too. Last corner, board slid out from me and I couldn't control the slide, and bang, blood everywhere. And I was wearing a Blink-182 shirt. If you go far back in my Instagram, you can find that post of me just lying on the ground, just blood and my chin open everywhere. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of everything. I think that's all the scars. There's a few other new scars from here. Life in Japan, smashing my head on doorways. I'm not even joking. Like, I literally split open my head up here, smacking on small doorways, but that's about it. Pretty much, I wouldn't say I'm accident prone. Like, I just did a lot of activities as a kid growing up and just always getting kind of hurting myself. Like, I can remember climbing sugarcane farming equipment and tractor stuff, and then getting my legs stuck between the roller and like the machinery with the spikes, and then that like got all like, I got all these little scars around here. I was always getting hurt, but for good reason, you know what I mean?
Any scars in your heart?
No. Can we talk about the scar on my dick? I nearly forgot my hand scars here, right? These two here. This one still has a piece of metal in there, I think. The doctor said don't worry about it, so we never took it out. This one though, this one hurt the most, and this was a burn blister from molten plastic. This is my very first car, and I was working on some stereo wiring, lying on my back under the car, under the dash, right? And there was a plastic aircon vent above it, just like the black PVC kind of plastic one. And I had just put heat shrink on a wire that I'd soldered, and I grabbed my little tiny burner, like little tiny, like, you know, jet lighter, and I was holding the jet lighter on the heat shrink, but didn't realize that it was melting the ABS like ducting vent above it, and a drip of molten plastic went on my hand and just did that. Literally like the most painful thing in this spot. Like, this is like a really tender, soft spot, right? So like if anyone ever pinches there, or like, you know, you get hurt there, it hurts a lot, you know, there's certain places on your body. That hurt a lot, and it took forever to heal because it's like in a constant moving place. But yeah, anyways, that's what this bad boy's for. This little piece of metal, I can't remember what it was from actually, to be honest. But yeah, there's a lot of scars on here from intake manifolds and working on the back of RBs and CAs and pulsars, all these little scars here. But that's it. That's how I got these scars, if you were wondering. I heard you feel like you know me a little bit more now. If there's anything else that you guys want me to cover, any other questions that you have, and things like that, please let me know. I would love to make more videos and stuff like that. We're obviously in the merch room. We're packing a fair few orders and getting them sent out, and then getting things set up as well and packed up for the events coming up. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this SAMMIT Raw video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, let me know in the comments what other kind of content you want to see. Peace.
No.
How raw are we gonna get on this channel? It was from a burn. Psst. Yeah, there was an audible.
Let's